Hey guys, it's Candace here, the host of Sweet Candor TV, and I'm so excited because I get to sit down with one of my mentors, the beautiful Miss Shirley Strawberry. You all know her from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. How you doing, Miss Shirley?
Well, look at you. I'm doing great. Thank you. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I am excited. I don't know what else to say.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that you're excited. I really am. This is an honor for me as well because you're like one of my own children. I only have one. You're like one of the other ones. But yeah, I want to see. I've seen you grow from a little bitty seed to now you've blossomed into this beautiful woman. So let's go.
Well, we know I definitely have you to thank because you've been, you know, giving me homework and I've been studying and I've been watching you and seeing the things that you've done. So I'm really happy that we can sit down at this moment and I can show you what I'm made of.
Okay. Well, I feel honored because I have told you to study the greats. And if you're studying me, that says a lot.
Yes.
That says a lot. So
this is the best voice in radio, Miss Shirley Strawberry herself.
Wow.
And speaking of which, we all know her for those strawberry letters. And I mean, I just have to push the book, you know, really quickly. If you don't mind.
It just happened to be sitting there.
It was just right there, so I just figured I'd pick it up and show the world your book. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your book?
Well, you mentioned, you know, we do the strawberry letters every day on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. And for years, I've been with Steve for 14 years. So for years, people have been listening to the letters and telling me, you should put them in a book, you should put them in a book. So one day I did. I put them in a book. But I didn't want to just give the readers some letters that they had already heard possibly on our show. So I put the letters in there, some of our craziest letters. And then I also made it semi-autobiographical. It told a little bit about my life story, how I got started, a little bit about my background, my marriage. Like, I got really personal and transparent because I want the listeners, and like I tell you, you want to be able to make that connection, to feel that this person is real, that you're listening to every morning or that you're reading about. So that's basically it, and that's what the Strawberry Letter, the book, is all about.
And that's what I love about you so much is your transparency and the advice that she gives to all of our listeners. But most importantly, I want to talk about the advice that you give me as a young person on an everyday basis. Now, I think for you to take the time to mentor young people that want to one day be as amazing as you, I think that says a lot about Shirley. Why is that so important to you?
Well, it's important for a lot of reasons. I think number one is because I can really see how it helps. Now, I didn't have a personal mentor growing up. I wish I had have, but I didn't have that, and I wanted that, and I see that I needed that. So that's kind of another reason why I want to do it, because I see that it really can make a difference. And what you did, I love so much. I love your boldness, and you just came and asked me. And I said, of course, I was honored. Of course I'd take that on. Now, just because I didn't have a personal mentor doesn't mean that I didn't have certain role models or women that I admired. And so I watched them and listened to them, you know, even if they didn't know I was listening, or when they didn't know I was listening, I still watched them and tried to glean from them as much as I could to, you know, mold me into the person that I am. And I just believe that you should pass it on. I really, really believe that. I'm not going to be here forever. There has to be someone else to come up and, you know, take my place, or, you know, go over and above what I'm doing and all of that. So, I mean, it's really, you're blessed to be a blessing, and I just truly believe that. And so thank you for asking me, and I hope I have been a blessing to you, and from the looks of it, I have.
Oh my goodness, you have been such a huge blessing. Listen, I was so shy and so nervous when she first met me, and now I feel like I've really come out of my shell, and I feel confident, I feel great, and I definitely have you to thank for that. You know, she's so sweet, but listen, don't get on her bad side, okay? She will check you if she needs to. And let's just say I've been checked a few times, and that's fine. That's why I love her.
But with love, though.
With
Please
love.
say that. With love.
Yeah. She after I approached her, I told her everything that I wanted to do, and she said, why don't you start your own blog? And I was like, Shirley, it's not a blog, it's a blog.
I was like,
and she said, why don't you do it? And I said, you know what, you're right. Like, and then I came to her with this idea, and I was like, it's gonna be called Sweet Candor TV. And you know, we talked about it, and we worked out the details. And she was there with me every step of the way. You know, this sounds good. Maybe we should change this. But she was so honest with me, and I could tell she really cared. And I think that meant so much to me, to see somebody like Miss Shirley Strawberry. You know, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, you're a very successful woman, you're very well known, and it meant a lot to see somebody at your level even take the time. Take the time to give back to somebody in my generation. So, you know, ladies out there, not even just the ladies, but, you know, the guys as well, I think that, you know, once you've found a mentor in somebody, you know, take the time and listen to them. And even if you are somebody who can even give back and become a mentor, I think that says a lot about you as well. So definitely get out there and learn. There's so much to learn and so much that you can just apply to your life. So, you know, you've done so much for people. Tell us about some of the things that you're currently working on.
Well, you know what, I'm really not at liberty to talk about everything that I am working on, but I will say this, stay tuned, keep posted, all right? I'm working on right now getting my daughter out of 11th grade to move into 12th grade so she can graduate and go to college. Which is
very important.
Yes, and get in college. That's on the personal side. But, you know, I just try and make myself available if you need me. If you need me, I'm here for you. You know, whatever it is, if you need me, I'm here for you. I just try to be like the ultimate friend. Growing up, I didn't have any sisters, and that was always a dream to have sisters.
Really? You didn't have sisters?
I had no sisters.
You just seem like you just had tons of sisters. You just get around with women and people so well.
But my friends, I treat like my sisters, or I treat them like the sister that I never had. So that's kind of what it is. So I'm like your sister, your aunt, your girlfriend. Yeah, kind of in that category.
Yeah, you're like
I believe
big
in the
sister.
sisterhood.
Yeah.
I do believe in the sisterhood, and I do believe that you know, women should just big up each other. You know, they should encourage each other instead of hating. You know?
I think that was a really great point that you made about women helping other women. I think that's something that we as sisters that we need to work on together. I don't think I see enough of that, especially in this industry. And the fact that you just so willingly did that for me, I love you and I appreciate you so much.
Well, thank you for that. I have no fear. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know, we're not going to live forever. We're not going to be young forever. We're not going to be in these positions forever. So make the most of it and just continue your journey through life.
So, Ms. Shirley, you've been in media for over 20 years. Can you tell us about your journey?
Well, first of all, thanks for aging me.
Sorry!
It's okay. I guess I've seen a lot of changes. The most important thing right now today is, of course, social media. Social media is everywhere. And while that is a very good thing, it just can be so negative at times.
Wow.
You know, when you see pictures or news stories or something and then they leave that space at the bottom for comments, I mean, they could be some of the most vicious, vile comments that you've ever seen or heard, or you know, it's like, what are these people thinking? Where's all this hate coming from? So I think, if anything, it could be a little more positive now, or you know, keep the real news that we need. We need to know what's going on in the world, but there also needs to be some sort of balance. I just don't see that balance, you know. So I'm happy for a vlog such as yours, Sweet Candor TV, because you are all about positivity. Hi, this is Shirley Strawberry, and let me see, I just need to check myself for a moment here. Stay positive, stay in the Word, say your prayers, give love, bless people, and work out. That's it. Peace.